Hello and welcome to my channel 8gen AI Studio. These days we are seeing a lot of use cases about Gen AI, which is generative AI. Now large language models are coming up with many powerful capabilities like generating the content, reasoning. For example, if you want to take some decision and the application should go to a particular flow, how can you use large language model to do that, and many other. So one use case which I along with my partner Jess have figured out that is very common but at the same time very useful for the one who are writing a lot of content, a lot of blogs or articles as a part of their their job or their work. Now what does it need to write a content? First of all, let's understand the process. When I want to write a content, I need to do little bit research about the topic, assuming that I already know the domain about which I'm trying to write a content. Then I need to do start writing it, put the content in some structure, and also have to think about how long the content should be so that I can structure it accordingly. I make sure that I have enough data in each paragraph. Apart from that, it is not about writing the content, it is also about publishing the content on internet. So when it comes to internet, I want my article, blog to be searchable, and to make it we use SEO optimization or search engine optimization. So there are various considerations. Now to do all these things, it is not a 1 hour job or not a small work which we can say that anyone can do it. It needs skills. First of all, writing skills. Second, it is a manual effort, so it needs time to be devoted. And once it is ready, then which tool I can use to publish it. Like, should I put on WordPress? Should I put on LinkedIn? So, and what kind of images I should use? What is the right way to come up with a header or headline or tags? So a lot of other additional metadata which we need to consider. So now what we will see in this video is, one is a demo of the end-to-end solution of a content writer, which is an AI assisted content writer which will create a content based on the input, which is topic and topic description. Now once I have the demo done, I will explain how the whole system or whole solution is built to understand what is happening in the background while this demo is in progress. So let's get started and see the tool in action. So here I along with my partner Jess, we have created the website which is basically a tool. Again, it is a demo purpose we have built it, but idea is that tool which can take user input without spending any time. We can just put something together. We use Gamma app, we can already see in the URL, and you can put the idea across. So that's what it is about. This is about content generation engine. So what do? We do collect, there's a process is highlighted. We collect the data, we analyze it, and then we synthesize, which means we just put it in a way we want to have it used, basically publish so that it becomes searchable, it becomes informational, with an informational intent. Now what I will do is I will start with the demo first, and then I'll go back and explain how the whole tool is working. So here is the form. So I'll start filling it up, and you can see we are using jot form. Any form we can use. So I'll just say I want to use a long form text or a blog. So what is the topic? So I already have some information captured. Let me just copy paste. So today I want to write about something on a vector DB. So I'm thinking I can create the blog on vector DB. So I'll just copy paste the stuff from what I already written here. So what is vector database? Okay, next. Then any keywords. For example, you want to have your content searchable. So if you know certain keywords which you would like this to be used, otherwise it will anyways figure it out. But if you want some specific keywords to provide as input, feel free to input. So we have a keywords. So let me copy the keywords which I have identified. So embeddings, search, similarity search, and semantic search. These are the keywords which we can think of when we talk about vector database. Next, okay, what is the audience? So I'm looking for this software professionals. Next, okay, this is something which is like what kind of description you can have for a topic. See, topic, if you give, you have some intention, you know, what is I am looking for in this whole blog. So provide that description and make sure it has something, you know, minimum 20 words to 40 or 50 words, so that AI can understand the context better about the topic which you are asking it to create. So I have a description already. So here I'm saying, let me also quickly read about it. Provide in-depth explanation of vector database and its concepts. What are the use cases of vector database, and how should one choose a vector database for a particular use case? These are my like basic requirement. Why I want to write this whole blog. So I submit next, and then I will just give my email ID. So gaurav.chopra@gen.ai. So this is my official ID, and done. So the process is something which is started now. In the background it says that it is just the same summary which says thank you for your interest, we would be generating the blog post for this in Word, what is vector DB, and all the information which I have given, and it is saying that it will be sending me an email with the content. But as of now this tool does not send an email. We have not enabled that functionality, but what it will do is it will take the content and post it on my website 8gen AI, create a post ready for me in the draft format. All I need to do is I need to go there, open the draft, do some edits, do a once like you know, read it. If I think that some content has to be changed, or I think the content is too much or repetitive, just edit it a little bit and go ahead and publish. That is what this tool will do. Does it sound great? Okay, so let's see how does it work in the background. So let's get started now to see what is happening behind the scenes. So first of all, what I will do, since I just started the process, I'll just check whether this is working. So yes, we have things getting logged. It means the process already started. This is my machine which is running, or the application which is running on GCP cloud compute. So I'll keep it let it running for now. And here, let's say I reset the timer. So here's the timer. Once the whole process start, we will come back and see how much time it really takes to finish up the whole blog creation. So meantime, let's start with the presentation. So what we want to do is we want to talk about the process and understand how things are working behind the scene. AI content generator. So the idea here is we don't want to say that this content generation or content writing is not needed anymore. AI can do it. No, that's not the problem statement. It's a time-consuming manual effort, and there are a lot of considerations when we want to generate the content. So how AI can help us in those aspects, that's our overall problem we are trying to solve. Basically, I'm trying to have AI as an assistant for me whenever I'm writing the content. So this is the problem statement. So we want to make sure the reader engagement is there. Basically, the content is accessible, appealing, easy, and users can find it. Means it is easy to search, which means ranking over the search engines. And what is the optimal length? So I don't have to think about it, or I have some idea. Okay, I want to write a long blog, or I want to write a short blog today. And quality of research. So is it the content is something which I can write because I have some notes, or something which I need to do kind of research on internet, or reading some PDFs, documents to come up with the quality content or informational content. So that's whole consideration we are considering here, and we are trying to come up with a solution which is a AI assisted content generator. Now this is a requirement we want to fulfill. How do we go about it? Let's understand. What is the approach? So we know that there are multiple things we need to do. We already talked about the content generation. We are trying to create a long form content, and it is not like I can just go search few sites and come back, dump the data, and assemble it and put it across on the website or on the blogging site. No, I need to use the keywords. I need to make sure the right keywords are used. I need to make sure the whole theme, whatever the topic I've chosen, for example, I have chosen what is vector database. So in that topic, the content is in line with the topic or not, or we are not even seeing vector database in most of the paragraph. It is just something very specific about one branch of vector database, but not as a vector database whole. So these are the things we need to make sure that content is balanced and aligned with the title or the topic which we wanted to write about. And then after that, design the process. Now, when it comes to designing the process in AI, the AI technology is something which is not that we can feed too much data and expect that, okay, it will do a job for me. That is not how it works. We need to break the problem into smaller problems or sub-problems. First of all, think about that. If I have a topic, it will have some kind of sections in terms of, yes, introduction, conclusion by default will be there, but what are the important sections for this particular topic? And we are talking about here topic which we are given example as what is vector database. So what are the key topics should be there, or key sections should be there in the blog when I want to talk about the vector database? So it means I need to plan first of all. So I just need to think how I'll be writing it. The way I'll be writing it, the same way I come back and give instruction to AI. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to break the problem into two broader subsections. One is content planner and then content generator. So content planner is the step number one. Step number one, it will just give me a plan. So I go to AI, give the instruction, take this topic, take the information which I've given along with the topic, apart from as well as the keywords and target audience and how long the blog should be. Take all this data and come up with the right kind of plan for the content. So let AI do the planning first. That's a step one. Once AI is back with the planning, then we say, let's start generating the content. Now start generating the content again is a big task. Because we have a planner doesn't mean I just go ahead and say, okay, go generate the content based on this plan. No, it will not work like that. So we'll see that in next slide. So planner is, you give a topic, primary two things, although we have other things as well, for example, keywords and other things, but topic name and topic description is something I'm focusing here. Let's say these are the two key input for planner. So let planner come back, and on the left hand side you can see here, we have a planner which is taken as taking topic name or a topic and the topic description, what is the context about the topic. Next, it gives me the output in the JSON format, and here it divides the content. The whole topic means the course title. It is just calling it as a course title and multiple sections. Here in the screenshot I'm only showing one section due to the space, but you can get an idea. So break the problem into multiple sections. Like if I am saying the topic is here, the example is comparison of different LLMs. So it is just breaking into first section, which is introduction to LLM. Maybe the next section could be what are the use cases of LLM. Third section could be how to choose the right LLM for particular use case. So divide into three subsections. So this is the planning stage. Now once we have a planning, then it comes to content generation. Now this is where I think the whole designing process, especially for large language model applications come into picture. This is something which is not like there's a one way or there's another way. Something which we can think of is a right way to break down the problem and then try it out with different combinations. When I say different combinations, you know that it's for when it comes to LLM, it is all about prompting, because we have a model ready, or you are fine-tuning it for your particular use case. That is also fine, but at the end of the day you are prompting and getting the output, and here the use case is content generation. I want to generate the content. So generation is a kind of task in machine learning. So what kind of generation I want from the large language model, I have to be very specific and I need to break that. I can't just say, okay, take this whole planner and generate the content. No, it'll maybe generate very surface level content, which will not be even useful for anyone. Even you will not read it. But how can I make sure that it takes each instruction, specific instruction, for how I want the content to be generated? So it means I need to first of all come up with the content generation process. The process is like this, that is defined here. So first of all, we would like to do some kind of setup. For example, I want to have research done on the topic. So I have a planner now. So planner has a sections, subsections or sections. So I go to internet, I do a research for each subsection, collect the data using multiple websites which are already having the data available. Then once the search is there, collect some statistics also about, because when we write a content, if it is having some stats, it's good. It is, we would basically like to being a logical mind, or something which is interesting if some content is wrapped with the data. So we also know how important it is what I'm reading, because there is some statistics presented along with this concept or the information. So get that statistics as well. So now these two should be broken into two separate steps. Let the researcher do two things. First of all, get the content. Second, once the content has been retrieved for a particular subsection, not that whole topic, particular subsection, then go and collect the statistics only for that subsection. That is where you will be able to achieve the desired outcome from the research step. Now, so next is, so you got the research data, and we have to do it for each and every subsection. Okay, it's a iterative process. So we do it for all subsections. You have the data, and now the first step, if you see, is a step 0. Basically, setup is just like, when you start your process, you have to store the information somewhere. So what is the structure you want to use? And anyone can come up with any kind of structure. There's no A or B way or C way, or no right or wrong way. Whatever you think that you want to store the information in the file system or in a database or whatever way, you can do it, as long as you are able to manage the whole process efficiently. Then comes the writing step. Now writing is like, you got the data researched by the agent. It has now stats also attached. So now whole content is there in a form of a file. Now that file is maybe not structured, or it is structured but semi-structured, I can say. Maybe AI has already put some structure initially while researching or while putting the content in a file. So, but we still need to write it in a structured manner. That's how we write the content. We don't write this randomly, any header, any paragraph. So that's the step number 2 here, which is writing. And it also has some cleaning step. That's what I call it content. So first of all, clean the content, because while researching, it would have put some keywords, some extra things which are not required. So just do the cleanup and then put the content in a structure. So that's the writing step. Then comes the SEO. Now in the SEO, what is required? We know that if we go and search what are the best way, or what are the 10 ways or 5 ways to do SEO, in search optimization for our content, there are a lot of tools available, and they all already have some kind of guiding or criteria to be called out or to be fulfilled. Even Google has it on their own website, Google Search Console. We can go and check what are the things I need to do when it comes to publishing the content, or with my website data. So let's say header. So length of the header, how long or should it be? The metadata, or the title, or the keywords, the primary, secondary keywords, all those things are there. These are all known things. It's not like something we are talking only in the age of AI. No, it is there from, I think, almost more than a decade or so. People have been using SEO all these years. Now, once the SEO step is there, it means now the content which AI has written, it will be optimized for search engine. Because ultimately I want to publish it. I don't want to just write the content and keep it with me. So if it is published, then it should be searchable, it should be higher in the ranking, people should find it informational, people should visit it, or in fact like it also, if you are giving the option of commenting and liking in the below section, where we normally have a kind of a sharing, contribution, and all those capabilities of any platform, blogging platform. So with the step number 3, we have a SEO ready, and once SEO is ready, where do I want to publish it? Now I have a content with me which is SEO compliant, but where should I publish it? So I can have, let's say, a few integrations. Could be WordPress because it's a blogging site, or it could be my own website. Let's say I have hosted my own website and I can just expose the interface where it can publish it, or it could be LinkedIn article, or medium.com. Medium is also is a popular blogging website. Now that is what I want to decide and use that integration. Now when it comes to this integration, we'll talk the integration separately, but till content generation is the whole one module, which is the AI module. Integration can be done by these days, the tool like make.com, this is a platform, and I can talk about it in the next slide, but we don't need to write any code, we don't need to configure, buy anything. We just go to tools like make.com or zapier.co or .com. There are already available modules and plugins where you take the data from source and send it to destination. Source could be anything, destination could be anything, whatever you like. So it is all about just go and configure it. So that's the whole automation. So what happens here is, if you look from the start, which is the website opened by user, put the information, what he or she needs, then whole component will run, the whole content generation process will run in the backend, and I think it's running. We'll check the time. We already started a timer. Once it is finished, we'll check that. We'll see how much time it has taken, and then integration with the end destination or whatever you want. Or in some cases, as I mentioned at the start, that we can also send this, or we can also extend this tool to send as an email output, like a PDF form or some file like MD file, HTML file, whatever makes sense for someone to consume it easily. So those options can always, but these are like a last mile things, like in a supply chain we call it last mile delivery. So sometimes we have to pay attention to that, but these are all the things which we can build. The core engine is the focus here, which we want to demonstrate the capability, along with the how to do end-to-end integration. So this is the content generator part. The demo is already going on, which I started. So once it is completed, I will show the part where it is ready. So I'll not be touching the content till it is in a draft state. So in my use case, or in my case or the demo, what I've done is I've submitted the information. Tool was triggered automatically because of the integration through the automation workflow. And then once the content is generated, the file will be pushed to my WordPress website, and it will be ready as a post, the blog post in a draft stage. It means all I need to do is I need to go to my WordPress website, open the blog, which is in a draft state, edit it. If I feel I need some editing, some editing is required, which is most of the case, right? We can't rely on the AI that it has done a perfect job. And top of that, since it is something which I'm publishing, I need to make sure that it has come aligned with what I wanted to share with outside world as a form of information for a particular topic. So has it come or not? It has not come. Maybe I need to come back and try again. That's fine. But the whole process is automated. I am not researching anything. I'm not worrying about the keywords. I'm not worried about the SEO and all. Everything is taken care of by the component. Now quickly we'll look at the tools which were used here for building this component. So first of all, programming language, because it's an AI application, large language model application. So primarily we use Python. We are also using LLM app orchestration or framework called LangChain to assemble the agents and which are doing these various tasks which I talked about in previously, like a planner and generator itself has subtasks under it. Then research, for research we are using Serper API. So this is a very popular API and very lightweight plus very economical. Large language model, we are using both types of large language model, GPT-4 and Gemini Pro. I did not cover like why we are using two different, but primarily just in a short, what I can tell about this is like for within the one task of content generation, we have some subtasks where one model can perform better than other, or even simpler model can do the work. You don't need a costlier model or a heavier model. So GPT-4 is a costlier one, we know that, because quite big, huge. So something which you need to do with a large chunk of data or the big text, let's say the words which is like 1,000 words article or a 2,000 word article, and you want some editing happening by AI. So we prefer to use GPT-4 because it will make sure it follows the instruction accurately. But if something you want to do at a small size data, let's say 500 words, 400 words, 600 words, that's fine, and you want some kind of editing to happen, some kind of additions to happen, some kind of deletions to happen in the content based on the instruction, then even GPT 3.5 is good, even Gemini Pro is also good. So we also have to look into the kind of task which we are performing or which we want AI to perform, and find the suitable model. Not like you use one model and do everything. That is not the right way of building the LLM application. Now, application hosting. So we wanted to use the cloud, and we prefer Google Cloud because of their platform, Vertex AI platform, and we are using some other applications from Vertex AI, and it is quite like an enriched platform. It has a lot of capabilities, easy to use, a lot of good ways to test it. Others platforms are also coming, I think, with similar features, but it is just a choice, I'd say. There's nothing specific here for cloud as far as this component is concerned. And then website I already mentioned about, we are using gamma.app. It is easy to assemble a tool for a demo, and even for collecting the information, even for real use cases we can do it, where we want to project an idea and show end-to-end solution. A very good tool. Again, automation platform, we are using make.com, which is a popular platform for automating your workloads. And last one is content platform. Since our website is hosted on WordPress, so we are using WordPress for generating posting the content once it is generated by the content generator. So that's all about the tools. Next, we will see now once the blog or the article is generated, which is I think still ongoing process. We anyways have put the timer, so we'll check out how much time it has taken. That's number one. And second is what is the quality. Okay, there's another key metric which is the cost it has taken, which I understand these days every application, because it's AI large language model driven, so tokens and usage, everything is combined. So I will also do the collection of the tokens which have been utilized while generating the whole content, and send a separate maybe build a separate video about that. How to, like, for a use case by use case, how much utilization happened, what is the cost for each use case, how to look into the efficient solution while using the large language model. But for this video we are only focusing on two things, which is the time taken by the whole process, and the second is the quality of the generated content. And we just want to see that quality is enough for me so that I can do some kind of additions on top of it. It's not like it's not even acceptable. It is like very basic or very surface level, which is not giving me any details, and I need to again further do study, research, and then come back and edit it. That means it is of no use. It's better I do it myself. So to consider all these things, we will be showing the results, and then once the process is done, I will come back and show you the actual content which is generated, and I will also publish it on the website. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm back to the desk after a short break. I think almost 30 minutes I've taken a break, but to check whether the process was completed, and yes, it was really completed. So here, let me share my screen. This is my WordPress. First of all, I'll stop the timer let me see. Okay, this is like 1 hour 15 minutes, but okay, let me stop first. We'll see what happened during this time. So this is where we submitted the information. We started a timer, and here is my, because this is my 8gen website, so I'm on WordPress. So I'm in the post section, and you can see that there are few blogs created here. Like first is unlock the power of vector database for NLP draft, and choosing the vector database, your ultimate guide draft. Discover the power of vector database today draft. And okay, I think this is something which I was doing later. Even you can check the time. This is something after, before running this demo, I was just doing a trial run to see this whole process works end to end, and before that I was trying to generate a content for a topic called embedding models. So the time and date we can see here. So we got 3 drafts out. Now let's check out the content, and you can also see here we have some kind of SEO score highlighted. Let's go one by one. So let me open the first one. So now all right, so here it is loading. Now you can see that, okay, let me go to one of the thing. First one was vector database, transforming AI application. You can see the content here. This part we can discard, or I mostly will be deleting, because I was using this content initially to publish on GitHub pages, so which is where it is using this as a front matter for displaying the title and author and date and everything. But you see that like AI has also mentioned my best complete final answer to the task, right? Those things have also come up. So it means when we try to run the clean task, while writing, it was supposed to do some cleanup, so it did not really do that well. And that's the nature of AI. That's what I was trying to explain. So you can only get something closer to what you need, but not always whatever you're expecting at the end result. So it could be closer, and we are just trying to use the prompting technique to get as much closer to as what I'm looking for a final output. Now here, first of all, we'll see that the structure, it is a headers, sections. It has done a comparison, give me in a tabular format, why database is important, and there are links also here, right? Now I can probably do one thing. I can quickly do a preview and to see how does it look like on my website. Maybe it started generating. So alright, so this is how it will look like. Look at that. So vector database, this is your title, vector database transforming AI application, right? And we can always change it. Remember, the name here is coming from my partner, because the whole tool is configured with his credentials. That's why the name is coming, and we can always set up the name of the person who is trying to create it. So it is all configuration. But look at the section. Yeah, this will be taken out. I will be deleting it, but you see here. So the structure, look at the structure of the blog, the output. Now whatever thing is left out is the content quality, right? I can go and read about it. So I think it is nicely laid out. I can see that, okay, I can go to any section here. Examples of vector database. Okay, here are examples, and I think it has done pretty good job giving me a lot of details, like in one. But here, remember one thing, it has taken probably 1 or 15 minutes, but time can be reduced or more for depending on what kind of content it is generating. But it has not created one blog here. What it has done is given the input where I asked, what is vector database, and given some kind of context, I'm looking for use cases, I'm looking for how to choose the right vector database. These are the things which I mentioned. Now it has created 3 different blogs for me. So first, because thinking that it will go beyond 2000 words, I think I was looking for information between 2000 or 1500 words. So to not put stuff everything in a one blog and make a big blog or a very long blog, what it has done is it has broken into multiple blogs. That's what I wanted to show you here. So this is a first blog which is about introduction. So we can say what is vector database, and let me just quickly go around down to see we have information, and yes, this is again the extra content which you have to take it out. Okay, so here this is the first one which we already looked. Now let's go to the next one, which was choosing a vector database. I think before that there was a one more. Let me go and open the all the blocks. Okay, so that we can see all together, understand the what is the ordering. First one looks like the introduction, that's fine, but there were two more blocks. So what is there in that block? Okay, it is loading, so we have to wait for it. So it will load the content here. Okay, here it is. So this is about NLP and vector databases, and it is mostly talking about the internal concepts like semantic search, and the use cases. That's what I asked one of the question, what are the popular what are the use cases of vector database? And third one was, how do I choose a particular vector database for a given use case? So this is about the second part. So text classification, text similarities, sentimental analysis, examples. Then it has gone in detail, recommendation system, traditional and vector based, what is the difference? So go detail. So I can go case by case and understand with examples, while it is talking top the use cases, but below it has a section about and some good detail about particular use case, which is good for me to understand how things work for a use case, how this is used. So this is the second one, and it has also put some kind of a study. If you see here, maybe if I try to do publish, again it will take some time. Looks like my browser is little slow today, but it has also given some kind of a stats for some of the section, and which means it is helping us to support to understand it, how effective this particular use case is, because there is a study done, and it is filled here. So this is all about the second part. Okay, I'm loading it again now. Something happened. I think it was kind of stuck. So let's wait for its loading. All right, yeah. So this is the third one. Factors to consider when choosing a vector database. So performance, scalability, query speed, indexing techniques, number of vectors, dimensionality, then integration. Yes, this is important. Your ecosystem. You have your own ecosystem, and you want to bring the data to vector database and pull it back for your use case. So integration, compatibility, APIs, SDKs, then query language. This is important. So what kind of query language it is exposed, underlying vector database is exposed. I think most likely you have to interact with the natural language. You don't really have to, but some engines are also giving capability to do SQL kind of query to make it more effective, to make search more effective. But that's like an additional advanced features if you want to use. But most of the, or I'll say all the vector databases are like you just go ahead and do a natural language query. All right, so and cost, other things are obviously, and then it has also given some solution, what are popular vector databases. Like I think initially in the introduction it has given only the names and one-liner, but here it has actually given, taking two examples and talked about, choosing the right one, which one, when did you go. So we see that I got within 1 hour, 15 minutes, or maybe a little less, I got something which is substantial, informational, well structured, with some stats added. And from here, once I start reading it, I can go, all I need to do is, I just need to go and publish it once I am done my edits. And edits means I just see, okay, wherever information is not quite good, I just change it. I'll add based on my understanding or based on my search. But that's not going to take maybe hours of effort. Maybe another 30 minutes I can spend, 25 minutes I can spend, and then come edit it, put some images, whatever required. And in case I want to make it more engaging, I can put some graphs and charts also, which would be time consuming. But these days AI are coming up with tools or plugins where, provided the information in a tabular format, it can convert into a graphs and charts. So that can also be done. And these can also be integrated in this kind of solution, which we are also thinking for a future enhancements. And look at the score here. For this page, 75 AI SEO for the content. Header it is showing 37 because of the maybe length, which we can always go and edit it, right? So the point is that editing is easy, deletion, a little bit addition is fine, right? That's not time consuming because you already have a base ready. You already have the topic which you were thinking in certain direction is already built in front of you. You can get, if you have some more notes, you can bring in here, modify it. Even AI can do it. And since it's already an editor, WordPress is a very well-known editor, so we can directly start editing here. We don't need to take content anywhere out. So it's open in your editor. So go ahead, edit it. We have an option to, like, we are using Elementor, but by default there are editors available in WordPress if you're not using Elementor, or you can use Elementor if you already have plugin installed. So this is the idea, that to have you get started, make you more productive, save your time for whatever task you do every day manually, and the work which you are doing, it is a quality work. So how AI can also assist you by generating the bare minimum quality which you will accept for you to add on top of it. If the content is generated but not quality, then you will just discard it, right? So we'll not use AI. But AI has to assist. Here AI is assisting us. It's not like AI is something doing end to end and publishing on your behalf. It is giving you collecting the information, basically most of the time which was spent here on the research. So there were like 3 sections, and each sections were broken into subsection. So every subsection was researched over the internet and collected the data, then collected the stats wherever were relevant. Okay, it's not like every section will have a stats, but wherever it was able to find the relevant stats, and it was able to add it there. So the whole idea is that the research is something which takes time. Then coming up with a draft is something which will also be some maybe an hour or 2 hour effort. So if that can be automated by AI, and then we can put the tool in such a manner using the platform like Mic.com, put it in the ready to edit format for me in the editor which I like or which I am comfortable. Does it not make sense for anyone to use this kind of solution? Because it will make me more productive. Now once I have these 3 blogs, it will take me another maybe maximum 30 minutes, or if I really want to make it more engaging by adding images or infographics or charts, I'll spend another 1 hour or so, and I will have 3 blogs out on the vector database. So this is the power of AI, which I wanted to demonstrate using a tool, which is taking your input, bringing it all the way in front of you in the editor of your choice, or the email if you want. It can also be enhanced to give you as a the email attachment, so that you can copy paste wherever you want and do edits. So that's what I wanted to show you today in this video, and I hope that you like this whole demonstration. If you have any use case, feel free to contact us. I'll be sharing the link in the video. At the end of this video, make sure that you reach out to us in case you have any questions about this demo in terms of infrastructure, setup, or I think the cost is something which I already mentioned, that I'll be coming up with a separate video which only focuses on the cost of different kind of use cases. And this, yes, the content generation is one of the important use case. So I'll come up with that. But in general, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to help, or my partner Jess will be there to help you on your queries. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Take care.